Everyone knows about the murders, but no one talks about the warnings. 6 months before the blood hit the floor, the family maid packed her bags. She told Andres Gruber, the farm is haunted. She heard voices. She heard the footsteps in the attic. She fled. And she never looked back. Andres ignored her, even when he found the footprints in the fresh snow. They led from the forest across the yard and directly into the barn. But there were no footprints leading back out. He searched the farm. He found nothing. But that night, he heard it. Heavy, deliberate footsteps in the attic, right above his head. He thought he was going crazy. He wasn't. Someone had moved in, and they were just waiting for the right moment. 31st, 1922. A new maid, Maria, arrives at the farm. She thinks she's starting a new life. She has no idea she's walking into a slaughterhouse. By sunset, the trap was sprung. One by one, the family was lured into a barn. Maybe flickering light, maybe a strange sound from the cattle. First Andreas, then his wife, then their daughter, Victoria. As they stepped into a dark shadow emerged from the hay with a heavy pickaxe. One strike to the skull for each of them. Then the killer walked into the house. He found Maria, the new maid, in her bedroom. She hadn't even unpacked her bags before the axe fell. And the worst part, 7-year-old Gazelia was last. She didn't die right away. She laid in the hay for hours, surrounded by the bodies of her family, literally pulling her own hair out by the roots in terror while the killer watched her go cold. The family was dead, but the farm didn't go silent. For the next 3 days, neighbors saw smoke rising from the chimney. They saw cattle being fed. They saw a light in the kitchen at midnight. The killer didn't run. He stayed. He cooked their food. He slept in the beds while their bodies rotted a few yards away in the barn. He even fed the family dog. He made himself at home in a house of ghosts. The farm is gone now, torn down, but the killer was never found. He vanished back into the woods just as quickly as he arrived. The farmhouse was torn down in 1923. They wanted to erase the blood, the memories, and the footsteps in the attic. But you can't tear down a ghost, and you can't catch a man who was never there. The mystery died with the family and the killer. He likely died in a warm bed years later, taking the secret to his grave. This is Grit Cinema. We don't do the fluff, we do the stories that stay with you when you're turn off your lights. We're pushing for 1,000 subscribers, the first 1,000 who were here before the world caught on. If you got the grit to stick around, hit that button and help us build this. Because if you think the farmhouse was bad, you aren't ready for what's coming. We're heading to the mountains, the Ural Mountains to be precise. 9 hikers, 1 tent, and a terror that made them rip their way out into a blizzard just to die. Stay gritty, lock your doors, and I'll see you guys next time.